You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
Coming to Northeast Wisconsin live from the Civic Media Studios, this is Mino and the Mayor.
Begin the day with a friendly voice, a companion unobtrusive.
And here are your hosts, John Mino and Jim Schmidt.
All right, good morning, everybody. Mino and the Mayor. You know, Johnny's out because he's little minor surgery. I have been I got the All-Star team in with him being gone. I got to tell you, Bill Jartz was in. He was in as a guest. Yesterday, I had Connie Feldman, who's a big-time anchor in the media business. Today, save the best for last. Daryl Burnett, you are a big media guy, too. And thank you for coming in and helping us out today.
My pleasure. We've known each other for years, but the first time we sat together behind the mic.
That's true. And this is going to be a fun day.
Just so you know, Daryl, you can't officially be a fill-in guest host unless you do like the boys do, which is spill your drink all over the desk at least once during the show.
Well, he's drinking water, so it won't be as bad.
That challenge has been accepted.
Yeah.
Honest to goodness, it was earlier this week. They both spilled that morning, and then before John left, he spilled more coffee and then walked out the door.
Yeah, he didn't clean up. Yeah, at least I tried to do that. Yeah, welcome. It's going to be nice to have you here. We got a great morning coming up, but we always like to kick off with the weather. Did you look at the weather for like the next 7-8 days?
Did I hear a 9 in the forecast?
Yeah,
like
but
90?
But they're all 8s. There's 8 or 9. I mean, the 70s are going to be gone. This is like awesome. And there's so many activities coming up this weekend. We'll get to that later as well. But
I think
you got to get out.
A 30-degree swing today. We started out at 46 and ended up at like 75, 76.
Yeah.
So it's Green Bay right now is 55, Appleton 52, Oshkosh 52. So, yeah, and it's going to warm up to the upper 70s. And, man, tomorrow we start this streak of 80s. I think it's going to be great. Are you an outdoor guy? What do? Are you a boater? Just like the outside garden?
I love the outside. My wife is a huge gardener, and I get pulled into that. But anything outdoors when the weather is nice is I'm up for.
Me too. Well, here, I can teach you how to get out of that gardening stuff, dude. I mean, I don't own a lawnmower.
I do need some tutoring on that.
Okay,
because
it's allergies. It's just I'm not feeling right. Oh, okay.
There's so many times on the show I either say poor Julie for John's wife or poor Donna for Jim's wife.
He does. That is said a lot. But
Put up with a lot with you, too.
It's going to be a fun weekend. So, Daryl Burnett, you were at, you can talk about your background, but I just remember you mostly from, did you anchor Fox 11 or what did you do?
I did. I was the sports director there for almost 4 years. It was 4 seasons, and I had an opportunity to leave to go to Indianapolis and do the Colts, but it was a great time. 3 years with Bart, 1 year with Forrest Gregg.
Oh, yeah.
And some of my fast friendships in life remain right here in Green Bay.
Yeah. Well, you were very tied into Bart Starr, I know that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people. So what did you do then? Because you're still, I mean, I was even reading about you. I mean, you've got that, not anchor voice. What am I looking for? You're a good presenter. I mean, you enjoy doing that, right?
I do.
And you even...
You know, when we talk about places we're most comfortable in life, anytime I sit down behind a microphone or on a television set, and I say this all the time, if I got a call right now from one of the TV stations saying, it's an emergency, we need you tonight, I could pick up as if it were yesterday. There's just something about this business, and Todd and I talked about this earlier today. I started out life just eating up everything broadcasting. You know, if it was emptying the waste baskets, whatever it was back at our old radio station, WBYS in Canton, Illinois, I think, 100 watts or something like that. But, that's where I got my start, and I can't explain why my parents weren't media-oriented. But from the age of 7 on, that's all I wanted to do.
I was going to ask you what got you into the media. And I will say this, underscore what you just said. People who are in it love it. And even when they leave it, even Bill Jartz left it for a little while.
Right.
I was talking to him.
It's tough to leave and not want to come back. I left for a little while, too, and it was like,
It's not like you come back here and make a fortune.
No.
People just love, I don't know if it's the people or if it's that they're doing something for the community, because you are, right? You're broadcasting to the community. But I'm just surprised by that. Even yesterday, we had Connie Feldman. She worked at Fox, but I think you guys missed each other by a couple of years.
Right.
Same thing, and I think that's great. I do think it would be akin to acting. I mean, you get on stage and, the smell of the grease paint, the roar of the crowd. I mean, and people like to get back into acting. But this media thing is, it's new to me, right? A couple of years. And I just think the people in this industry are cool people because they love the industry.
For me, what it was I loved the work.
Yeah.
Some people want to be a star. I loved the work, the grind every day of trying to be the best I could be. The media has changed dramatically over the years. It used to be extremely, extremely competitive because we didn't have all the tools that are out there today. Now with a cell phone, you can go live from anywhere in the world.
Right.
We were flying tapes in at the airport and things like that, rushing out there. If the flight was late, you're driving 100 miles an hour from Austin Straubel back to the station. I loved all of it.
Yeah.
I got a little present for you. I did this for Connie yesterday morning. I'm going to do it for you.
Good. I didn't know you were
an
gonna do
old
this.
News Center 11 intro that
yes.
your name. So check this
Here
out.
we are.
This is News Center 11 tonight with Nancy Bruce, John Natale, Brad Spakowitz, and Daryl Burnett.
There you are.
All right,
Right
Daryl
there.
Burnett.
Where did you find
Yeah,
that,
right.
Todd?
So
Yeah, dust that one
I
off.
told Connie this. I'm a news geek, right? But I like weird things about news. I don't like the news. I like the production of it. There is actually a site that has every news open for every TV station in the country. Just for that station, for
You're
WOUK,
kidding.
there's 20 of them here. I can go through every
Wow.
incarnation of the theme. So
Oh, it was a wonderful experience here, and obviously was a springboard to going on and being able to do things I had only dreamed about, as a little boy. So.
But I want to get back to this when you.
But I want to say this. I hate to interrupt. The highlight of my career is right here today with with the mayor himself, Jim
the guy,
Schmidt.
the guy who usually sits there is full of it. So no, we want to be nice and clean here.
give you a nice bell on that.
Yeah, but really, your dad wasn't in it. Your neighbor, you just
I was
did
the
you have a teacher that said,
prototypical
"Look, Daryl, you
farm
need to do
boy.
this"? Oh, you're a farm guy too.
Were you shy
my
growing
fa-
up? Were
Yeah.
you shy? See, me too.
I was.
Yeah.
Except, in fact, I'm revealing this for the very first time. So, be prepared for a shock. I remember I mentioned WBYS, the mighty station in town, and I started in the Explorer program in the Boy Scouts. I was not a Boy Scout, but I got into the Explorer program, and they had broadcasting at WBYS. And my first opportunity to be on WBYS, I turned down because of my shyness. Their host for the Saturday morning high school show was not going to be able to make it that Saturday. And I came up with some concocted reason or excuse. But fortunately, I got over that. And everything I could drink in about the business from that point on, I took advantage of.
And you like Jarts, or maybe Jarts like you, do a lot of emceeing for community events.
I do.
I mean, I see you at a lot of things, and Bill Jarts. And I was talking to him, and I think you would probably say the same thing. It's when you connect with the community, it's just an unbelievable feeling, and that's why he's on the Packer board, quite honestly.
Right.
And Mark wrote him a letter and just said, "Hey, look, it's not because you are really good at reading a teleprompter," and that was Bill's words, not mine. You are involved in this community. I'll bet you he did 100 events a year. I'm not kidding you. And they don't have to. They're not under contract like some
Right.
stations. You got to do 10, 20. And I just, if you can leverage that you're on TV, because you're a little bit of a movie star to some people, but to get out there and be a real person, I think, and you do that. I mean, I've seen you at many, many events, and I just thank you for doing that. And you especially are tied into the Brian LaVallette Foundation.
Oh, it's wonderful for now 33 years.
33, yeah.
But, I think it's really an extension of our personalities, and I think that's what made Bill so great. He's a dear friend and always has been. We have been competitors back in the day, but always friends.
Yeah.
And then to be able to work events with Bill Jarts was a real treat. And he, too, is a farm boy, so we have a lot in common there.
Right. Yeah, he talked about that. Pretty humble beginnings. I'm like, well, how'd you get into Northwestern? But it was on a football scholarship that he went, and not that, but he's a smart guy. Anyway, it was just interesting. You media guys are all interested because I do think, what?
Well,
Not
for different reasons, right? I mean, there's some in the media, and it's we've all worked with them, a little crazy, a little nuts. We've all got I wouldn't say ghosts in the closet stories, but a lot of stories that we could share over the years of the stuff we had to do,
Right.
just to have a broadcast on the air.
Yeah.
Right. And, I always said that the business was inverted. When you're starting out, you don't have any help.
Yeah.
And when I got to NBC, I had people spilling out of the hallways who were there to produce and to help and to co-produce and things. When you finally know something, that's when you have all the help.
Right.
When you need that help, that's when it's sparse.
But you learn really fast. You get good really fast when you're on the air every day, making mistakes and Jim. And
you are
so,
and when you're on the air, you're on the air. I mean, you can't let's do this over. I mean, you're kind of on there to do it.
And that's the excitement. That's the high wire act that I always love the most.
And that's what worries me the most about those two in the morning right there.
Well,
but
there's no net.
I love that kind of pressure. I used to do the NHL studio show, and it was like being an air traffic controller at O'Hare, doing 12 games, having producers in both ears going, pitch it to Pittsburgh. And again, at the end of the evening, I was ready to towel off. But boy, I just loved it because it meant this is pressure. You've got to be spot on. And, again, I think it comes back to, do you love the grind? Do you love the work? And at the end of the day, if you're proud of the product, you've done a great job.
We had a guy on yesterday from Bassett Mechanical, and talk about love the work. And he is making a lot of money, but in plumbing and HVAC, I'm saying there, I think it's really important. And I was telling these guys yesterday, and I don't know if they totally bought what I said, but it was just focus on what you're doing and the money will come. And I really think it will. I think maybe you might adjust your living expenses in that industry because you love it so much, but you won't be, I think people are like, this pays more than this, than that. And I'm like, look, don't do that. Find what do you really love to do? And you're like, you love broadcasting. Todd loves producing. I don't know.
Wait a minute. What? No.
I didn't say that. I'm here for the money.
I think there's a lot to that. I never, ever in my career chased the money.
Right.
I always chased opportunity, and I think that's why, whether it's HVAC and a lot of these other industries, when we were growing up, often we were kind of guided to what our parents did or what our father did. And now the whole world is out there for you.
And it's amazing. And we kind of stuck with an industry like you have and pretty much have. And, well, not me as much, but now these kids switch industries, not jobs. I'm talking industries. Like, they can go from education to healthcare to being a firefighter. You know what I mean? Like, usually it's like one lane when we were kids.
Well, it used to be if you weren't somewhere 5, 6, 10 years, you were branded as, a job hopper. Yeah. Now it's just the opposite. If you stay that long, what's wrong with that guy?
Yep. I talked to a guy yesterday. I said, you got to come up with a reason why you're jumping so many jobs. Both our friends.
Yeah.
And he's a smart, very ambitious kid, and he's going to do fine. I'm not worried about him. But, I said, I'm not used to that. But he's building a base where he thinks he can be. And that makes sense. I said, but you got to get that down because people are going to, that's the first question they're going to ask you is how come you've had, 3 jobs in 2 years?
Well, it's like this business, if you can communicate,
right?
There's so many things and so many doors that will be open to you in life.
Yeah. And we'll talk about this community and the doors that are open right here in Green Bay. Daryl Burnett's in the house. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a fun morning. We'll be right back. This is Daryl and the Mayor.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Welcome back. This is Daryl Burnett and the Mayor. Daryl, who, of course, many of you may know him from the media, but right now you got a good gig here in Green Bay.
I do.
You got a cool title. I was reading it. What was your title's like procurement, like director or something?
Director of Curation and Preservation.
Curation.
I spent 6 years as executive director at the Automobile Gallery and Event Center, which was another dream come true for me. We were talking about dreams of being in broadcasting before. For the last 40 years, I have collected cars and shown cars at car shows, put on car shows, major car shows, and that led to a wonderful opportunity with the Automobile Gallery and Event Center. And then, 7 years ago, to be quite honest, I signed a 2-year contract. And, last year, my wife said, it'd be a nice idea if you came home. And so
I'm under contract, honey. Sorry. Yeah.
And so, I was planning to walk off into the sunset, and the board of directors was very, very generous and said, we would like you to stay. And so I'm supposed to be part-time, but, as we were talking, when you love something, you live something. Yeah. And, hey, by the way, I'm going to trademark that. When you love something, you live something.
There you go.
Jim will try and get a cut on
I
that
want
somehow,
cut.
because it was on your show.
At least 30%.
Right.
But the car museum, again, your title, it's a curator. You secure the shows. That's
every single day I am on the phone with a collector, or I'm on the phone with someone who would like to be involved with the gallery. And, like you were talking before in the last break with, Bill Jarts and his great connection to the community. My connection to the community through this role and what I did previously, really is the bedrock for what we do. Because, Festa Italiana, which you were nice enough to attend, that show starts with a blank sheet of paper every year.
You bring a Ferrari in there, I'll attend.
And we have 200 cars show up, from all over the place. That's relationships. It's not, calling the dealer up and saying, hey, send over some cars. It's relationships.
And what was the value of autos you had for that show?
Over $100 million.
$100 million of cars. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. And we have some guests coming in today that they love what they do, especially this guy who's coming in from the theater down in Oshkosh. I mean, he is all in on that.
Have you ever acted?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Lord.
I'm in a couple movies. Hey, I am. I'm not.
If you have that on your bingo card, please mark off that.
I was a prisoner in with who's the guy?
Ace Champion.
No, Ace Champion, but no.
Roberts.
Eric Roberts.
Yes.
And he was actually
was he really?
And he came over to my house for dinner. Yeah, it was his movie. I forgot the name of it. And then I was in I remember Tom Milborn, who used to work with her. You know him, but I remember after they showed a couple clips, he's like, Mayor shouldn't quit his day job. But anyway.
So the thing about Jim's part was that, I don't know if it was like a foreboding, but he played the part of a criminal in prison.
I did.
And he looked so natural in that, Daryl. It was unbelievable.
Yes, I was wearing a blue shirt, the prison outfit. I was on the phone at speaking lines.
My real question is how he got cast for that. What did they know about his background?
That's exactly
his
my
personality?
thought.
I think, Mayor, don't charge us for using these police cars and that kind of stuff. It was just, they just threw me a bone to do that.
But it's fun, isn't it? I've had bit parts, and there's a great local director, Freddie Moyano, who's put me in 2 or 3 things, and I think it's only because I can get a full sentence out, and but it's been fun.
Everyone should act.
Yes,
I mean it's great to get on the stage. I was in the Music Man too at the Capitol Theater, Manitowoc stage.
What role?
Barbershop quartet. That's what I sang in. Yeah, it was fun.
Give us a little something this morning. Friday.
Yeah. There you go. Perfect.
Come on.
And ice cream. Right? Ice cream.
Maybe I've shared this before, but growing up, my mother would stack the hi-fi with every soundtrack from every Broadway show. So when you talk about the Music Man, you're hitting me right there in the heart, my friend. I
talked on one show. My kids are a little bit older now, right? 28, 29, 32 maybe. But we're, believe it or not, kind of runners. And one time, Anna, my oldest daughter, and I, we would run together, we switched playlists. And I can't believe how close they were. There was musicals on there. Right. There was, I think that's cool that we can all appreciate. I think music is like the ultimate connector in the world.
You know, it's the ultimate language that connects all countries.
Yeah.
And I admire that because, and I feel this very strongly. I think people should act because, learning how to deliver when you need to. And the other thing about that is make sure it's your very best work because the take that the director wants or likes may be not the one you do.
Right.
So
You
always
learn.
try to be the best you can possibly be.
And I tell, I'm never telling anyone how to raise their kids, but we're sports, and but I think to put your kid on a stage or in the band, I think that's cool stuff. I really do, and I enjoyed that. I liked it a lot. But I just read something where every kid should be a waiter or waitress, and I believe that. Like you judge people how they treat a waiter, how they treat, I think that's because it's not their fault.
Again, multitasking at its best.
That's tough duty. All right, so hey, today. Let's talk about the lineup. This is going to be good.
What a lineup. Thank you for stacking this today
Tad
for
does.
me.
Todd does all this.
Tad does this.
Tad. That's the guy. The guy on the other side of the glass. He does all this stuff. But Lisa Hale from New Wisco Weekend, she does a great segment just about talking great things in Wisconsin. Of course, Mark Houston's in from Bellin Sports and big sponsor. And that company, look at that. Oh, Bellin Hospital. Man, they are their tentacles in so much stuff in this community. And he's going to.
And so timely because I've got a pain.
Oh,
right
don't be
here.
John. John does that. It's like let's talk to our guest. But yes, he's always something.
I admire that because I think elected to the Wisconsin Athletic Trainers Hall of Fame.
You're?
No, Mark
Oh,
was.
yeah, he should be. That guy's awesome. Yeah. And then we're going to talk, more about this than I do, this Green Bay Blue Ribbons.
Been around for 90 plus years.
Yeah, not that. All right. And then, of course, we have the music coming in today as well. So we'll be right back. You are listening to Mine on the Mayor with special guest Dale Burnett.
If you missed part of the show or want to share it with a friend, catch every episode of Mino and the Mayor on your schedule. Listen now at civicmedia.us or find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. It's easy to take Mino and the Mayor wherever you go. Now, back to Mino and the Mayor. Here's John Mino and Jim Schmidt.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. It's Jim Schmidt, but we're here with Dale Burnett, who I think many of you know. Who now runs the Automobile Gallery. I shouldn't say now. He's been running it for, 7-8 years. And was on Fox 11, and Johnny's out for a couple days, and I called Daryl. And I want to say about you media people, because I've called a few of you, and this has to be with your training. You do call back right away. Yeah. And that's because of your training. Because other people, politicians, 2 days, 3 days.
Two things this business teaches you to do: call people back, and secondly, be on time.
Yeah.
Because
right.
As you know, the red light comes on whether you're sitting there or not.
Did Johnny take that course? Anyway, hey, speaking of great media people, we got on the line with us is Lisa Hale with New Wisco Weekend Preview. Morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Daryl. It is nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you as well, Lisa.
Lisa's got
You've got
quite...
such a good voice.
Isn't it?
Oh, I love your voice.
I know. I'm a little worried. He brought his resume.
Hey, Jim, after the show, come talk to me.
I know.
Yeah, I got something I want to talk to you about.
And then you see HR walk in. It's like, ooh, this is not good. This is not going to be a good
You
morning.
have nothing to worry about,
right.
my friend.
But they just want to talk to you. They want to coach you up. Yeah, they want to coach you out is what they're going to do. So, at least Todd go way back. They've got...
We started working together in 2000 down in Mississippi.
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 Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
And then, but she's been at Y100 before up here. She worked in Ripon, and she was out of the radio business, and I was looking for somebody to do news in Northeast Wisconsin. I said, hey, time for you to do me another favor in life and come work for me. So, and now she's got the best job in the world because she's got the best boss.
How wonderful.
Actually, I have to correct him. It wasn't, hey, it's time for you to do another favor for me. It was more like, it's time for you to repay all the favors I've done.
There you go.
There you go.
You owe me. I'm calling the marker in. There you go.
That's right.
So Lisa works out of our Oshkosh studio, and we go down there. I wish we'd go down there often. We go down there at least once a month, twice a month, and do our show from there. Oshkosh is... Man, I don't know if you spend a lot of time there. That is an awesome little community.
It is.
It's not that little. It's 80,000. We did our show live from the EAA one year. They have a guy there, Mr.
Pat
Oshkosh.
Tracy?
Yeah,
Pat
Tracy.
Tracy.
even his car has. What's the name of his organization?
Discover Oshkosh.
Discover Oshkosh. His hat, his shirt, I'm sure his pajamas. It's all Discover Oshkosh. This guy's got his car painted, and he is Mr. Oshkosh. So he's been our tour guide. He gets on the show and great energy, and he just reflects that city very well. So, Lisa, what are you working on this weekend?
New Wisco Weekend, which, Daryl, I don't know if you know about this. It's a weekend news magazine that we put together, an hour-long news magazine that features feature stories, interviews, music, and even some fun commentary. And this week, we are focusing on all things lactacemia.
One more time for those of us, yeah.
Lactacemia. I'm just seeing if Jim knows what the word is.
English, please. No, what is it? Say it again.
Lactacemia.
Okay, lactacemia. L-A. Did you guys watch that script spelling bee?
No,
Did you watch that thing?
No.
Oh, the guy won last night.
It's incredible.
I've been watching the last 2 days.
Wasn't that like the longest spelling bee in history?
Well, they started off with
yeah.
16 people a few years ago. There's 200.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
you see how he's trying to avoid you, Lisa?
He's trying to avoid answering.
as I Google it.
Lactacemia basically is a big old fancy Latin word for all things dairy. And so this week we are featuring dairy as it begins June Dairy Month on June 1st. And our Terry Barr has a great interview with a guy who is the executive director of the National Dairy Shrine.
Did you know there's a shrine? Dairy Shrine, Jim?
Really, they can't call it a museum, a shrine?
It's a shrine.
It's a shrine.
Okay.
It's a religion.
It's here in Wisconsin. So,
Is that like Grand Champion milk examples, or what? What is in the shrine?
What's in the shrine?
There are
sacred.
lots
What you guys
of
like India? They worship cows. What's there?
Well, all things dairy, all things lactacemia.
And by the way, Lisa, who is the big cheese of the shrine?
Mike, hold on. I have it written here. I didn't do the interview.
Oh, I didn't mean to put you on the spot there, but
and you did.
Okay.
It's Mike Oppenher, I think is his name.
Okay.
He is the executive director of all things dairy
Wow.
here in Wisconsin.
And where is the shrine?
Well, now you ask me these questions, and I don't have everything pulled up. Can you give me a half second? I swear.
Well, while you're doing that, Lisa, I had the opportunity a few years ago to go to the National Dairy Conference in Madison. I had my eyes open. What an amazing industry.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is. I mean,
they come from all over the world.
All over the world. And
lot of
it's
employment.
not just cheese and butter.
No.
It's so many other things. And it is, I believe, in Fort Atkinson.
Oh, okay.
And it's Mike Opperman.
Okay.
I was close. Mike Opperman is the executive director. And the National Dairy Shrine, I mean, it does everything about cows, about milk, about butter, about cheese, about Wisconsin. And, there's so much more to dairy than just milk, butter, and cheese. You got your yogurts and foods made from dairy.
Right.
And it's just a wonderful thing. So we focus on that. That's our cover story this week. But we also have a whole bunch of stories and interviews that are really pertinent to the beginning of June. For example, it's hurricane month. The hurricane season starts in June. So we've got a little bit of an explanation on how that does affect Wisconsin from our meteorologist, Brittany Merlot.
Awesome.
We have stories on social media and children and how they interact with it and how to keep them safe on social media.
Or
we
off.
I'm
a big fan of the previous general surgeon, and he just thinks that's the epidemic that's worse than drinking, smoking, is social media. And that was his parting gift to the country, his parting memo, his parting email. But I saw an interview with him, and I don't know, he's very convincing to me. Anyway, you're right, to control social media. That maybe that's a better word.
Control it because it's there now, and there's no going back. Really, there's not. We're too connected where social media is concerned.
And it changes parenting too.
I just want to say that I did, and Lisa, I'll listen to your show, but he thinks just the opposite. We think we're connected, but we're isolationists because of social media.
Right.
That was his theory. Don't know if it's right, but like I said, I was impressed with him. Anyway, yes, I'm going to listen to that. That's going to be interesting.
It is going to be interesting. And we also have, of course, our normal segments like Pete Schwaba's Classic Cinema Pick of the
Mm-hmm.
Week. And we've got Amanda Nimmer with an extremely, she's always so funny.
She
and
is.
this time she's talking about cheese.
All right.
So
I liked her kids snack thing. Yeah, she's very creative and
she
she's
is very
funny.
funny.
I
But
see that.
that's all
Good.
coming up on New Wisco Weekend.
Okay, so when do we listen to this?
New Wisco Weekend is Saturdays at 8, Saturdays at 9. Is it 8 or 9?
The producer's
Lisa,
back.
8 and 11
you.
on Sundays. You and Jim need to stop. No, you listen to me for a second.
He does say that once in a while.
Jim didn't know the time of his show yesterday. I had to fill him in. Come on.
They download
Here's
it.
the
They just go to Spotify and they just type in
Sure.
Lean Local, boom, or they can go to the Civic Media app. But mine's at
1
1
on Sunday.
2. I almost said 2.
Daryl, do you see what I deal with these people?
I am so sorry, Todd.
You know, I just
I'm
want you to know, Todd, I
multitasking this
feel
morning.
strongly
I
both
am-
ways.
All right,
New
so
Wisco Weekend, Saturdays at 8, Sundays at 11 on WISS and WGBW.
that sounds like a great lineup. But that'd be fun. All right, we will listen to that.
Yes,
And
that's
you talked-
exciting.
She talked about Dairy Month, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit later. But we kick off breakfast on the farm on Sunday, June 1st.
Exactly.
Right here in Brown County at Wayside Dairy. So a few of us will be. I'm going to go out there, and they start. It's not called a shrine, but they do have church service at 7, and then 8 o'clock till noon is when breakfast is served.
Are you
And
serving?
They have,
or are you
yeah.
just going to go out and
Oh
eat?
no, we're serving. They get about 6,000 people. I think if 6,000 people come over for
Oh,
breakfast.
they should go. And I've said this many, many times. I learned more
Oh, my
on the
God.
farm that would help me in a boardroom than I ever learned in a boardroom that would help me on a farm.
Yeah.
So I encourage everyone to go out there and really learn what it's all about.
And those of us who live in the hood, it's nice to get out there and kind
Right.
of see how it's so close. The jobs, and the
Right.
jobs aren't all milking cows, and there's technical jobs there. I mean, they're pretty sophisticated, some of these farms.
Oh, it's unbelievably sophisticated.
Looking at the markets, and it's a cool business.
We
So-
got a cool text. Sarah texted in. She says, "I think I have a cheese shrine in my fridge currently." So she must be a fan. Cheese Curd Nick says, "Good morning. There's a morning Jim, morning Daryl from Carrie,
All right,
and
hi,
happy Friday from Vicky this morning."
Isn't that
Wonderful.
nice? All right, this is a happy Friday. All right, well, Lisa, this will be fun. We will tune in Saturdays at 8, Sundays at 11. New Wisco with Lisa Hale.
Lisa,
Wisco
it's so
weekend.
nice that Todd pulled you away from the state of Mississippi to come back home.
Right. It's,
Well,
she wanted to meet a dentist. I'm just kidding. Isn't that the kind of joke?
Wow.
I thought that was a joke about Mississippi. Okay, sorry.
wow. Oh, wow.
Back it up.
I'm backing it
Yeah.
up.
Back it up.
I'm sorry.
This show is on tape, right?
Yes,
It's
it
not
is.
live.
Right, we're gonna
Yeah.
cut that out. All right, we'll cut that out. Sorry,
Yeah, no,
sorry.
We're gonna leave that in, and Jim, I'm gonna call every Mississippian I know and have
No,
them.
I love.
Jim, what do you got coming up this weekend on Lean Local? As long as we're talking about weekend shows.
So I have also a 1-hour show that is on at 1 o'clock on Sundays, and Lean Local is a show where we do what we say. We lean local, just into the local community. And as I start every show, not to say we're not concerned with what's going on in the Gaza Strip and DC and Madison, but it's all about local. And every 6-8 weeks, I'll do Green Bay's Greatest, and I interviewed Bill Jarts, who I've known him for years, but he is a really humble. Came from like nothing,
Yeah, one of the sweetest guys you'll ever meet.
And we just got kind of behind the curtain a little bit with him. And he's an emotional guy too, which, I think good people are. That was fun. So he talked about his career. We talk about the highlights. And then it's tough with your job. And that whole Stephen Avery, what a, nut job he was and raping that girl and killing her. And he said, that's hard to report that, but you have to. You don't have a choice. It's not like, I'm not going to do this story. You're reading a teleprompter. But he sure enjoyed, this first Super Bowl we won, and after that dry spell out in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he said that was one of his. Anyway, not to give the show away because it was an hour long, but
You've heard everything you need to hear.
No!
Don't bother listening at 1 o'clock
no.
on
Listen
Sunday
to that.
on W.
He'll talk about what he got most out of it. He talks about what he wish he would have done too, and that's pretty interesting.
The pride of Clintonville, Wisconsin.
Oh,
isn't
is he? So anyway, yeah, that will be fun.
Got a cool text from Brian. You want to read that one, Jim?
I asked my wife if I could get a cheese curd shrine. Oh, God. She said, no way. WHEY. Brian the comedian.
I hear the groans from out of
I know.
state.
Oh, it's a little early for that. No, Brian. That's funny. Anyway, so that's what I have going on my show on Sunday, and people should
both of
tune
these
in.
sound great.
Yeah, they are. Hers is more Wisconsin, mine's a little bit more Greater Green Bay. Anyway, it's going to be a good show. All right, Lisa. Well, enjoy this weekend. Breakfast on the farm that we have here. I don't know if you're going to stop in on that one, but this weather is like there's all 8s across the board now. It's all 80s coming up. So, and we'll thank Brittany for that on Monday when she comes in.
And she's going to tell you that it's going to get warm next week.
That's awesome. Like Daryl and I were talking earlier, our spouses can work in the garden.
That's right. Which means we can work in the garden.
Yes, of course.
You can work in the garden, too.
Of course. All right. Lisa, thank you. Have a great weekend. We will talk to you again. We will all listen to Wisco Weekend. This is Daryl Burnett and Jim Schmidt. We'll be right back.
Everyone's wondering, will you come out tonight? Everyone's trying to get it right. Everybody's working for the weekend.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
All right, it's Friday and Mine on the Mayor, and it's time to give away some tickets on a free Ticket Friday with all the details. Here's Jim and Daryl.
All right. It's Free Ticket Friday, as Todd just said. It's your chance to win a 4-pack of Brewers tickets for Saturday, June 7th, my birthday. So Saturday,
Is it
June...
really?
Yeah. You threw me a great party last year. That was like one of my better birthdays.
I guess I better start working on that because I have nothing planned
It's
for that.
it's Saturday.
I know, but we'll do something,
Okay,
right?
because I was just telling Daryl that's that big event up in Marinette, that boat race
That's
was on
right,
Saturday,
yeah.
and
You got to go.
there's a lot going on that day, and we'll get to that.
Sure.
Okay.
Billboards and buses with your picture on it.
I did that when I turned 50, man. The whole city. I mean, if you got a rock if you know it was my birthday, and I was just so like embarrassed how they overdid it. City paid. No, I didn't. Yes, I want.
Yeah.
That's not enough billboards. You got 6. I want 10. No, I didn't do that. All right, so it's your chance to win a 4-pack Brewers tickets for Saturday, June 7th, and they're playing against San Diego. And here's how to win.
Our keyword is crew, C-R-E-W, crew. Now, here's what you have to do. You have to download the Civic Media app in the Apple or Google Store. Choose WISS or WGBW and use the text button to send the keyword crew, now that's C-R-E-W, to be entered into this statewide contest. And by the way, Jim, if I win, I'm giving you my tickets for your birthday.
All right.
Isn't that sweet?
Comes
we
from
gotta
the heart,
Okay,
you know?
there we go. All right, once again, the keyword is crew. So text it in before 9 a.m. for your chance to win.
You can play along all morning long. Of course, whenever you text in during Mino and the Mayor, you make Jim and John look really good to the
Yes.
corporate, head people, right? Which is what we want. Otherwise, the guys lose their job. Next chance to play will come up later on this morning after 9 o'clock with Matt and Aaron on air. Free Ticket Friday with Mino and the Mayor.
We do compete with we're all one big happy family here at Civic Media, but there are 21 other stations, and we all compete to see who can get the most texts.
But this is the best one.
Well,
right?
this is we know that we're second place award winners. Johnny and I have got second place 2 years in a row, and
Yes.
we're not real happy about
And let me
that.
just say this. You had Bill Jartson. There's a guy who did TV for 40 years, and one of the things he said is he's kind of a quote-unquote failure in the industry because he never won an award.
No pelts.
It's not about that,
Yeah.
Jim. Right?
I told Bill that this guy's got an unbelievable career and respect, and he doesn't have any pelts. What do you guys call those awards?
Well, Emmys.
The Emmy Award.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know who the judge was.
He's got the biggest. He's got the award in our hearts in Northeast Wisconsin.
Yep.
I have a
Number one in
funny
your
story to tell you about that later if there's time.
Absolutely.
There's
How's that
always
for a
time.
teaser?
There's always time.
There's
All
plenty
right.
of fill time on this
But yes,
show.
you notice. Okay, now what? So we went over the weather, which is great. We're going to hit high 70s, and then we hit the 80 streak starting tomorrow. But May 30th is also Creativity Day.
Yep.
Creativity Day.
That's the
How
day.
do you honor that?
Be creative today. Go do something creative, Jim. Something beyond 6 to 9.
Being on the show was mine, so what's
There it
yours?
is. All right.
You know?
Are you cooking anything today?
No, I'm going to a party tonight. You know, that's going to be. I saw that party I'm going to tonight at Malva.
Yeah.
Put on my Bergstrom. That's going to be a good time. All right. So the other. All right. I'll think of something creative.
They give you a free car for that.
Water a flower day. Okay, that's weird because you're supposed to do that every day. Like, okay, did you water your flowers this morning, boys?
I did not yet, but I will when I get home, Jim.
I remember when they said it was one day was Kiss Your Dog Day, and I'm like, done. That I do every morning. So anyway,
Poor Donna.
I'll see her when I get home. Heat Awareness Day.
We got those temperatures coming this week.
Okay.
I mean, right? You got to be careful with that.
All right.
How do you have Heat Awareness Day? What if? I mean,
I don't know.
What if it's cold that day?
I think it's just a day to realize to take care of yourself in the heat, I would guess. And Mark Houston talks a lot about being hydrated and all that kind of stuff. Right. So it's just a day to bring awareness to it.
Because people die of heat.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
You know, they don't have to turn on the air conditioner or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, e-bike day. Have you been on an e-bike? Those are awesome. Take off. Okay. E-bike day.
I'm a sheltered life.
And then Mint Julep Day. Like, I thought that was weird when I saw that. Because isn't that like Kentucky Derby Day? I mean, that's, yeah.
Mint Julep Day.
They got a date today, so get out the bourbon. All right, now we have some birthdays. This is my, well, I have many weak spots, but this is another one right here.
So do you know the first one?
You know what? I've
should.
seen Wicked, yes.
Yes.
And she's awesome.
Yes.
I mean, that is probably, well, I don't want to say the best, but Wicked is unbelievable.
It is.
And she is great.
And she is?
Yep. Idina Menzel. Yeah.
54
now, was she
today.
in the play or in the movie?
She was not in the movie. She was in the original musical.
Okay.
Yep.
Which, I think everybody's seen that, but it's if you haven't, it's great.
It is.
Okay.
Winona Judd.
Yes.
Of the Judds, do you know the Judds, Jim? From the country singers?
Well, Daryl's our guest. Daryl, why don't you take this?
Well, I mean, one of the great duos in country music history, and then Winona had a great solo career coming out of that. When you get down to nothing, there's nothing to lose. That was one of her big hits.
It's almost like having Mino in the studio.
Yeah.
I mean, very similar.
Yeah. Well, okay.
She's 61 today. And here's one that you probably don't know, but I'm going to throw it out there. Ted McGinley.
Yes.
Nope.
Who is it, Daryl?
Well, he is an actor who's been on many, many shows. Married with Children, Love Boat, going way back in the day. Known for being one of those handsome, blonde-haired Hollywood leading men guys.
Yep, who really was not a great actor.
No.
But he got away with it. I think he was on Happy Days toward the end,
Yes,
too.
he was.
Yeah. Ted McGinley.
Yeah, I think he closed down Happy Days, didn't he? I think he was like the last cast, right?
Right, yeah.
And
but you got to give him credit. Yeah, that's a tough business. And to sustain like he has, in bit parts and the like for 40 years now? Yeah, that's
every
a
time
real
they brought him in, because he was brought in toward the end of Married with Children.
Right.
He was brought in toward the end of Love Boat. It's like, if Ted McGinley shows up, you're done.
Right.
The cancellation's coming soon.
End of show.
Yeah. The auditors are in. Wow. I know
Ted's agent is on the phone right now with us. I think line 3, Todd.
All right. Well, we got a great show coming up here. Mark Houston is in the house, Bellin Sports Medicine. Of course, everyone knows we got the Bellin coming up, so let's touch on that and a few other things. Ken Leo and James Bornick with the Green Bay Blue Ribbons. And Daryl, they've been around 90 years? Wow,
yes,
that's
90
awesome.
years.
Jennifer Lynn and group rival concert at the Grand in Oshkosh, which is a unbelievable theater. And, of course, Cody James with Mino and the Mayor live music series. Stick around. We'll be right back.
A dreamer of pictures, I run in the night. You see us together.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.